very first Resurrection of 2009, Ron Howard!
Hello, welcome to the Oprah Winfrey Show. Today we have the privilege of speaking with Ron Howard, a film industry icon. This man has done it all, from being a child star on The Andy Griffith Show and Happy Days to becoming an Academy Award-winning director. He has directed such movies as A Beautiful Mind, The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, Apollo 13, Cinderella Man, The Da Vinci Code, Parenthood, Backdraft, Far and Away, and Ransom. It is so nice to have you on the show.
It's great to be here.
Okay, so you have been part of the movie business for so long. Explain to us how you first got started. Did your parents encourage you?
Well, actually, it was my father who got me started because he was also an actor at the time when I was young. And what happened was he was going for an interview for a part in a movie for himself, and they asked him to bring me along because they're looking for kids. So what we ended up doing was a scene from the movie Mr. Roberts, which is from the 50s, and they loved it, and so I got my first acting job in the movie Journey. But I do always remember, like, when I was young and on the Andy Griffith Show, my parents telling me that if I didn't want to, I didn't have to act, so it wasn't like they're forcing me to do anything, but rather supporting my own decision.
So how was it that you went from being a child star to a director? This kind of transformation doesn't happen often, and it could not have been easy.
Well, being a young kid trying to make that transition, I was getting a lot of, like, patronizing pats on the head and people being like, oh, give it another 10 years and someone will give you a chance to direct, which was so annoying to me because, like, at that point I had already directed quite a few episodes of Happy Days, and I didn't consider myself an amateur at all. So what I did was I made this deal with Roger Corman, who was another director at the time, and the deal was that I would act in the movie Eat My Dust for him in exchange for the opportunity to direct my own movie, which became Grand Theft Auto. And after that movie was such a success, I started to earn more and more respect in the industry, which is why I wanted to become a director in the first place, because I wanted to earn a name for myself and not become like a stereotypical child star who like fell off the face of the earth at the age of 20. So I never really took anything for granted because I felt that I still needed to make a name for myself.
So you were always interested in being a director?
Yes, I can remember being on the Andy Griffith Show, like talking with all the cameramen about like set lighting and all the different camera angles. And I think like the reason for that was because as a child actor, you're at everyone's disposal. And after my experience with that, I wanted to control my own destiny and like become a leader in the business.
You have made so many different kinds of films, from A Grinch Who Stole Christmas with Jim Carrey to Apollo 13 with Tom Hanks. What is it about certain stories that makes you choose them to make a movie out of?
Well, a lot of times it's because the story presents like a certain challenge that I would like to overcome. But generally it's because of the characters and the story. Like I'm all about the characters and what they're going through, which is why I love doing movies like A Beautiful Mind and Frost Nixon, because the characters are just so rich and in-depth. And a lot of times I choose not to do a movie because I'm not passionate about it, and like I wouldn't do a movie just because it's expected to be a success, which is why like I turned down movies like Spider-Man, Batman, and even Harry Potter, which my partner was not too happy about.
Wow, but actually, tell us more about your partner, whose name I believe is Brian Grazer.
Yes, Brian and I are co-partners of Imagine Entertainment, which is a film and television production company. And some of the stuff that we have done with that includes the Da Vinci Code, Apollo 13, 24, Arrested Development, 8 Mile, and recently the movie Champion.
So you are just a busy man.
Yes.
Okay, so you have directed so many successes in your life, and I would like to take time just to talk about a few of them. Number one, a classic, Apollo 13. What do you think about the success that this movie achieved?
Well, I like to think that it's the karma of the Apollo 13's crew, because at the time that the incident happened, their story was kind of swept under the carpet, and they weren't, like, no one knew about it, and so I felt really great that I was able to tell their story for them and earn them the respect that they deserved. And it was just really fun.
Yeah, I definitely agree. You did a great job with it. And here's a clip from Apollo 13.
Apollo 13 flight controllers, you go, no go for launch.
You know that Easter vacation trip we had planned for Acapulco?
Procedures, go. Control.
Go flight.
There might be a slight change in destination. Maybe say the moon.
Booster,
Go.
retro.
We're go flight. GNC. We're go. And I take the controls and I steer it around
FAO.
We're go flight for a nice, soft landing on the moon. Better than the launch.
Does it bother you that the public regards this flight as routine?
There's nothing routine about flying to the moon. I can vouch for that.
Launch control, this is Houston. We are go for launch.
The clock is running.
Houston, we have cleared the tower at 1313.
Hey guys, we're going to the moon.
This is the crew of the Apollo 13, wishing everyone back on Earth a pleasant evening.
Houston, we have a problem. We got a wicked shimmy up here.
Houston, we are venting something out into space. It's definitely a gas of some sort.
Flight divert rates are skyrocketing.
The Apollo 13 spacecraft is apparently losing breathing oxygen. The emergency has ruled out any chance of a lunar landing.
Why are so many people here? Something broke in your daddy's spaceship.
I have a request from the news people.
Take it up with my husband. He'll be home on Friday.
Flagging, I lost the radio contact. Econ, what's your dad telling you?
It's reading a quadruple failure. That can't happen. It's got to be instrumentation.
This explains it.
This rate will skip right out of the atmosphere, and we're never going to get back.
Well, we're looking at less than 15 minutes of life support in the ops. We never lost an American in space for sure, so I'm not going to lose one on my watch.
Honestly, if you read me.
How long does it take to power up the LEM? 2 hours by the checklist. We don't have that much time.
It's one of my all-time favorite movies that you've done, which is A Beautiful Mind. And this movie won 4 Academy Awards, including Best Picture and Best Director. So let's see a clip of that.